In this example, we are told that one of Utah's steepest and most notorious skiing trails is Alf's High Rustler in Alta, in which the challenger of the trail will experience a vertical drop of 491 feet over a slope length of 795 feet in the most difficult upper half part of the trail. I'll create a quick triangle to represent that. Simple right triangle for this has a vertical drop of 491 and a slope length of 795 feet. We are then told that we have another trail in Connecticut, that the Gun Barrel Trail in Sundown, Connecticut, is a beginner slope that is approximately half of the steepness of Alf's High Rustler. If the Gun Barrel Trail has a slope length of 1,014 feet, we want to find the vertical drop in feet round to the nearest whole foot. So this is for Gun Barrel. The part where it says that Gun Barrel has half the steepness of Alf's High Rustler. Steepness can be represented by the angle of elevation. If we represent Alf's with theta, and Gun Barrel has half that steepness, then Gun Barrel would be theta divided by 2. So then, should be able to use then a half angle formula to try to relate these two. I can really choose whichever one that I want. However, I believe that sine would probably be the easiest one. The reason for that is because looking at Gun Barrel Trail, I want to find x and I know the hypotenuse. Since x would be the opposite side length to theta over 2, opposite and hypotenuse are related using sine. So, sine of theta over 2 is equal to the square root of 1 minus cosine of theta divided by 2. We want sine of theta over 2 to be x divided by 1014. And for the right side of this, we just need to know cosine of theta. We technically do not have cosine of theta directly because we do not have the adjacent side for theta, but we should be able to solve for the adjacent side here using the Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem would give us the square root of 795 squared minus the opposite side of 491 squared, which I don't believe is going to come out as a really great number, so I'll just keep the value on the inside of the square root for now. 795 squared minus 491 squared minus 491 squared gives us 390,944, and just to check, 390,944. Yeah, that's not great. So I'm going to keep it as 390,944 underneath the square root. This way I'm preventing myself from rounding too much too early. Therefore, I have cosine of theta in my half-angle identity as the square root of 390,944 divided by the hypotenuse side of that triangle, which is 795. Now, if I solve for x by multiplying both sides by 1014, I'll scroll down just a touch here. I will have, therefore, that x is equal to 1014 times the square root of 1 minus 390,944 divided by 795. And that itself is also divided by 2. With this, I should be able to find the approximate amount of feet to the nearest whole foot. So, let's use a calculator for that. Therefore, we'll have 1014 times the square root of 1 minus the square root of 390,944 divided by 795. That 795 is not beneath the square root of 390,000. And then I'll divide that by 2. That division of 2, though, is underneath the first square root. Just careful about all your parentheses and where values are. And here we get about 331 feet.